Yes people, welcome to Chasing Monsters, a Park Lake fishing series brought to you by me, Ricardo, from Backonthebank. Now I hope you enjoy this series with content dropping on a monthly basis. Watch myself and the lads pursue a number of monstrous carp at a lake that's certainly not for the faint-hearted. We'll fish, we'll blank, we'll certainly persevere though, and who knows, there might even be a few PBs broken along the way. So here's to the current episode, we hope you enjoy it. Stick a comment down below if you do, and be sure to subscribe to the channel. In the meantime, sit back, relax, get your kettles on and keep your eyes peeled for that next Park Lake monster. Mic check 1 2, mic check 1 2, testing, mic check 1 2. The mic is on. Yes people, what's going on? It's your boy Ricardo and welcome back to the YouTube channel, Back on the Bank and the Chasing Monsters monthly series. Now before we crack on, the first thing I must make sure I do is send a massive thank you to every single one of you that's watched the previous episode of this series, and if you've watched any of my other videos on the channel, thank you so much. I cannot believe my previous video has got over 10,000 views. Yes people, over 10,000 views on one video. Now if you'd asked me a year ago whether I thought I'd get over 10,000 views on a video, the answer would have certainly been no. So I'm mad overwhelmed and I cannot thank you guys enough. To celebrate, when we get to the 1,000 subscriber mark on this channel, which I don't think I'm far off of now, I'm going to do a big giveaway, and that giveaway is going to be only for people that are subscribed to the channel. So stay tuned for more information on that. But yeah, if you haven't subscribed, click the notification bell, click the subscribe button for your chance of winning some products. So August then, right, first week of August, me and a couple of the lads went back to Stour Valley Fishing Complex for a 4-day summer social. Now, you would have seen in previous content that we've already been to that lake, and we did have a very successful session there. Caught 6 fish between us last time, if I remember correctly, so it was obvious that we was going to go back again this summer for some more action. That happened the first week of August. I didn't manage to catch anything myself, and to be honest, we didn't actually film much there, and the main reason for that was because I didn't want the content to get repetitive. There's 3 videos on the channel already at Stour Valley, and I said to the lads, look, let's just leave that sort of content for another venue later on in the year, because we've already got enough content at this water. A few of the lads were quite successful as well. They landed a few fish between them, and I've got content there that you guys are going to see shortly. So now I've explained that, let's talk about the rest of the month. So it's halfway through August now, and tonight I've just come back in, got the windbreaker on, just come back in from a lap round the local park lake, and I'm just shocked, to be fair. I mean, I went there to get some filler clips for this episode because I haven't got any content on the park lake, and this is obviously one of the series videos, so I need content. So I've gone to the lake this afternoon at about 6:30, shot 1 clip of some swans. The baby swans have grown quite a bit over the last couple of months as well. But yeah, shot 1 clip of the swans, and that's as far as I got. The reason why, no, the battery didn't run out. The reason why I didn't get any more footage was because the amount of people around the lake that just give me their time of day for 10-15 minutes to chat about the channel was overwhelming. I can't believe it. So if you were one of those people that actually spoke to me this evening, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it, and I just hope you're enjoying the content. Good and bad feedback as well, which I love to hear about, because it's always nice to see where the channel can develop, and not everything is good. So yeah, it's great to see that. Now that's out the way people, let's crack on with my first session of the month in this August episode. Hopefully I can land some fish, and I look forward to seeing you on the bank shortly. Oh yes people, what's going on? It's your boy Ricardo, and finally we are back on the bank for the Chasing Monsters August episode. First session of the month, and to be honest, it's been a bit frustrating really this month. I haven't been able to get out as much as I'd like to, and that's because I've got a bit of work that has come in from the beginning of this month, so that becomes priority, unfortunately, as you can hopefully appreciate. I'm doing a quick overnighter tonight, 24 hours, and I'm hoping to get another one planned for the end of this week. So hopefully some good content for you guys to watch in this episode. I've also got a few other bits and pieces that I'm going to get recorded before the end of the month. Maybe I'll land a fish or two. It's always a bonus when that happens, but yeah, as people do know, the chase is not the easiest of lakes around here, so I can't guarantee that. But I have heard that the lake's been fishing really well the last week and a half. Not mega busy. I've got here on a Sunday evening, so yeah, a few people seem to have left. Hopefully, fingers crossed, I've come at the end of the weekend. A few less anglers here, and yeah, just a little bit less pressure. So I'm in a swim called the Pads, which is just next door to one of my favoured swims on this lake, the Cherries 2. I found a few spots here the last time I fished in the Cherries 2, so I can get onto them quite easily from this swim, so I'm quite pleased that this one is actually empty. Just looking up, and there is a big grey cloud above my head, so I've just set the bed up. I'm going to get the bivvy over the top of me just to protect me from this rain that looks like it's going to drop in about the next 5 minutes. So yeah, we'll catch up in a bit, and welcome to the Chasing Monsters August episode. I hope you enjoy it. Let's do this. Got the bivvy up, got the rods all ready to go, and yeah, I'm pretty pleased with the swim I'm in, as I said before. I'll tell you what I ain't pleased with though, just whacked myself on the hand with a bungee cord. That hurt. For the observant ones, you'll notice that I've got myself a new bed chair, a new sleep system. I was previously using the Fox R series sleep system, and although it was extremely comfortable, it was just a bit too heavy for my liking. I've been lugging that thing up and down the garden for the last 6 months, and yeah, it's just been stressing me out, to be fair. So I sold that to a friend and actually changed over to the Aqua Atom, which I've been using for, well, this is actually my second session with it. There will be a product review on this bed, but I'm going to use it for a bit longer first off, just to sort of gauge how good it actually is. I'm impressed with it so far though. Don't get me wrong, it's a lot more compact than what I previously had, so it's taken a couple of days on the first session I used it in to sort of get used to it, but I'm glad I've moved over to it, that's for sure. It's a lot more compact, easier to get on the barrow, and certainly easier to carry up and down my garden, which was the main reason why I changed over. So yeah, it's got a self-inflating mattress as well. There's like a sort of valve that you undo at the head end of the bed, and it sort of inflates the mattress for you, and it is extremely comfortable. I've had a few people ask me on Instagram what I think of it, and I certainly am a fan of it. It's definitely supporting my back, that's for sure. One thing I will say though, and I will mention this in the product review as well, is that it is slightly on the smaller side because it's a compact bed chair, so make sure that you have a look at the dimensions of it before you purchase it, because it isn't cheap. I'm literally just about to get my rigs out. I'm actually going to show you my rig as well that I've been using quite often over the last few months. Keep things pretty simple, I always have done, to be honest. So yeah, I'll show you what I'm using, and just a little extra sort of tip that I'm using, particularly on this water, that I've found quite successful as well. So yeah, if you fish this lake, then it might help you out. So yeah, let me crack on, and I'll catch up with you a bit later on. So, we've just reached 11:30 this evening on this shorter session. Excuse the helicopter above me if you can hear it. It seems to be circling the lake quite a bit actually. It's been here for the last 10 minutes, but yeah, just tuning in quickly before I settle down and get a bit of kip. Yeah, lake's been proper quiet. Heard a few fish crash, but nothing major. Yeah, not much to report really. I've got something to show you real quick. Who likes me brand new Fortis eyewear? See, I treated myself. I went for the over wraps because obviously I wear glasses quite a lot of the time on the bank, so I thought I'd go for the over wraps because they actually fit over. So watch this. Boom. Drop a comment below, let me know what you think. What I love about these is that you've got the polarised sides as well, so like the glare from the sun during the daytime can't actually get in to the side of the lens. I went for the switch lenses. Now, as some of you might know, Fortis actually do a number of different lenses for their glasses, but yeah, the switch ones apparently adjust to whatever the lighting is like. So yeah, if it's dull conditions, they'll adapt, and if it's really bright sunny conditions, they'll also adapt. So I thought I'd pay a little bit extra and go for those ones. But yeah, I'm proper keen about them. My new night vision goggles, check them out on the Fortis website. So after some much needed rest and waking to an alarm set just before dawn, I opened my eyes to what I would say was probably one of the best sunrises I've ever been lucky enough to encounter on the bank. The colours of the water, the ambience of nature, and just being outside in such an incredibly raw environment just brings an awesome feeling. Now, I don't know about you, but for me, being outside in environments like this fill me with ambition, relieve stress, bring fire to the belly and make me hungry to succeed. Sometimes the little things in life, like a breath of fresh air, sleeping under the stars, feed the brain with peace, and that's one of the reasons I love going carp fishing. It lets you get out there in the wild, reflect and be beside yourself. What's happening, people? So it's just coming up to 8 o'clock in the morning. Quiet night, that's for sure. See plenty of fizzing over my spot over the last half an hour or so. I was sitting on my hands, to be honest, at one point because I thought it was going to go, but yeah, nothing's happened so far. I made a schoolboy error as well last night, which I'm quite annoyed with. I went and bought myself a can of Monster Energy and decided to consume it around 6 o'clock last night. So yeah, I haven't been asleep hardly at all. So yeah, not the best night's sleep. And nothing to show for it either, which is frustrating, but we carry on. We've still got another sort of 12 hours or so until I'm going to pack up, so yeah, hopefully it happens. And I think there's some rain due today as well, so hopefully it cools down the air a little bit more, drops the pressure slightly more, and yeah, it triggers a response. Can't see that anyone else has had anything on the lake either. But yeah, as I said, seen a few fish top. So going to make a bit of breakfast shortly, I think. I just finished a cup of tea. And then, yeah, we're going to crack on with the rest of this shorter session. I believe Josh is going to get over today to do a session himself. So hopefully I can get a bit of content with him. And you'll see it later on in this piece. So yeah, we'll catch up later on. Nice one. So I've just lined up the camera so I can show you my rig that I've been using for quite a bit of my fishing over the last few months. And yeah, the rig that's caught me a couple of fish on a number of different venues. So it is basically a Ronny rig, but I apply a couple of little tweaks to it to make it my own. Some people might do this already, but I just find that it sort of critically balances the bait a bit better the way I sort of put this together. And it doesn't involve using any putty. So one thing I tend to do, especially when fishing on clearer bottoms, is to shorten my hook link. So I typically fish the Ronny rig around 3.5 inches to 4 inches long, and I use quite a heavy 3 up to 4 ounce lead. And the reason for that is so that it basically gives the fish hardly any time to drop the rig as soon as they pick up the bait. So if you can imagine, when the bait gets picked up, it literally hits the lead almost instantly and then drops the hook, and hopefully the fish becomes hooked and can't get away. I tend to find when using longer hook links on clearer bottoms, it just gives the fish a little bit more time to sort of try and eject it, and I don't want that. I want the hook to hold straight away. So yeah, shorter hook links for me on clearer bottoms, especially when using stiff materials. Onto the material, I actually use the Calder Boom, which I use in 25 pound, and I just find it ultra stiff, and when the lead drops it just kicks away nicely. And yeah, I pretty much use this for all of my Ronny rigs. Don't get me wrong, the crimps are a little bit of a nightmare. Calder have upgraded their crimp tool though, and it does make it slightly easier, but not everyone is a fan of crimps. I totally get that, but I tend to find that they work quite well. So basically, let's run through how I tie this rig. I'll start by stripping off 4 to 5 inches of fluorocarbon stiff link and use my Calder scissors to trim that off. Next, I grab a large crimp. It has to be a large one because the smaller ones just don't work for this fluorocarbon. I pass it through one side of the crimp, make a little loop and pass the other side back through. And once I've got my loop size sorted, I'll grab the new Calder crimp tool and I'll use that to press it down. Look for that crunch feeling and then you know that it's secure. That end is sorted. I then pass a second crimp on the opposite end, followed by a quick change ring swivel. I put the hook link through the ring, back through the second part of the crimp and secure the crimp again. Next comes the hook section then. I like to use a curved shank hook for this rig because of the aggressive hooking angle that these hooks provide. I grab a short amount of shrink tubing, slide it over the eye and down the shank of the hook, and then attach the hook to the quick change swivel, slide the shrink tube back up and then steam it with a kettle. Be careful when doing this part because you can easily burn your fingers. I then put it into some cold water to set. After setting, I get a micro rig swivel, pass that over the point of the hook and follow that with a small little rubber bead. Be careful not to pierce your finger again when putting this onto the rig. I line it up roughly with the barb and there you have it. You can now apply your chosen hook bait. I strip off a little bit of bait floss and I'll thread that through the eye of the ring swivel, fold it back on itself and then make a little U-turn, as I call it, so that I can thread the bait on with ease. And now the special part. I use wafters for this rig and you're probably thinking the buoyancy won't be enough. Well, just hold on a few seconds and you'll see what I do. So after attaching the bait on, I grab a piece of foam or a piece of cork in this instance, and I'll slide that on to sit on top of the wafter, which provides enough buoyancy to lift up the hook in a similar fashion to a pop-up. I'll tie that off with a couple of overhand knots, blob the tag ends with the new Capture Angling lighters, hopefully you like them, and there you have it. The rig is nice and secure. And the final thing is to slide down a piece of silicone tubing to secure the other end towards the lead. I then, in good rig making fashion, go and drop it into the lake to make sure that it sits correctly. And there you have it, my customised Ronny rig. Yes people, so we're coming to the last couple of hours of this short session in the August episode. I'm just looking at my watch and I'm thinking I'm going to get another session in at the end of this week, so if I don't land anything in this one, I'm hoping I do so in the next one. Josh is also planning a session. He's just messaged me and said that he's actually not going to get here until tomorrow because of work, so I'm going to come over and get some content with him between now and my next session at the end of the week, and yeah, I'll stitch it in and we can talk a little bit about his blanking spell and how he broke that over here and at Stour Valley when we went there at the beginning of the month. So yeah, quite a bit of content to do with him, and then yeah, I've got another little session planned for the end of this week, so back over the Park Lake to carry on the Chasing Monsters August episode. I know that currently it's not as entertaining as last month's one, but to be honest with you, not every month is going to be as entertaining as July's episode. It's just the way the cookie crumbles. This lake is not a runs water, so you can't expect to see 30-pound plus fish every single episode, but I am trying my best to land as many carp as I can do this season, and I will certainly be fishing through the winter months as well, albeit the fishing will obviously slow down, normal sort of procedure in the winter. But yeah, looking forward to getting inside my new bed chair as well during the winter months. I've got to get an overwrap for it as well. Drop in the comment section below whether you think I should go for the Aqua DPM camo overcover or just a plain green one. I previously had the Fox R series bed, which was a camo sleeping bag, but this one's green. I do like this, but I'm thinking maybe go for the camo winter cover because I do really like that. Maybe you can give me some honest feedback on some Aqua product stuff that you've used yourselves. It looks like it's about to pelt down, so yeah, I'm taking cover and I'm bringing the camera in, and yeah, we'll carry on.
Huh? Them baby swans have got massive.
Mate, they've got big, haven't they?
Holy
That's what I said
smoke,
earlier.
scrub.
Well. Mate,
Wow.
they've got well big.
They ain't been here for a while. They're only two.
I reckon they're going to end up fighting soon and they're going to get to piss off, aren't they? But yes, Joshua,
Right,
aka Goldilocks. You still ain't had the haircut, have you?
I actually have.
Have you actually?
Yeah, about 2 inches.
Show me, show me. 2 inches. Jesus. Bloody hell, 2 inches. That's actually quite a lot.
Yeah.
Considering.
Yeah, mate.
But yeah, how you doing? You good?
Yeah, not too bad.
Yeah, nice one. Right, so finally the time has come, mate. We've managed to get you on camera. How long has it taken though? Fuck's sake.
About 3 weeks. I ain't fished for 3 weeks though, so. But yeah, about 3 weeks.
No, what I actually meant was, how long has it taken you to actually land a fish over?
Oh, Jesus Christ. About, what, 24 sessions I think it's been?
Yeah?
Yeah. Around over the 20 mark easily. But yeah.
Oh, mate, listen.
It weren't nice.
We're going to have to sort of think back, because I think the last session I done with you, we done together in the June episode, didn't we? In the cherries, do you remember? Where we got shafted.
Yeah, cherries 1 and 2. Yeah, after the draw.
Yeah, we got shafted on that draw, but long live the draws, because I don't think they're doing them anymore.
Let's hope they ain't.
And,
Let's hope they ain't.
Yeah, I think that actually was the last time we fished together, so you've come back over. It's towards the end of August now, isn't it?
Yeah, late August. I think it was 26 today.
Yeah.
So yeah, late August. I haven't fished the whole of August. I'm hoping to really try and do 3 sessions, 3 nights tonight, obviously from tonight, and then have my 2 nights off and do another 3 before I go back to work. I'm back to work next Monday, so
nice
it's been tight for me as well. But yeah, hopefully we can get over here and have a fish, mate.
I know, mate. I think none of us since I mentioned in the video earlier on about the Stour Valley trip that we done at the beginning of the month.
None of us.
But I don't think any of us have even been out, have we?
No, I was meant to come last week. I see it was 36 degrees and I completely bummed it. And then I was meant to come yesterday. I see the weather and I thought, well, I'll stay till tomorrow.
Yeah.
But I don't think no one's been. Obviously, yeah, Con ain't been, Leon's not been.
No, so that's what I'm saying. So we haven't really been able to get much content, but obviously we had this little interview lined up with you because the blanking spree has finally come to a close for you, which I'm over the moon about, because
you and me both.
The main reason why I'm over the moon about it is because you enticed me to set up this series, and since that day you've struggled to land one, and I felt so bad, obviously, in the editing room.
The curse of the camera.
Exactly, yeah.
The curse of the camera.
Exactly.
But yeah, no, thank God.
But yeah, if we can just recall back to the last session that you've done here,
so,
and you actually managed to land a couple, didn't you?
Yeah, so I was in where was I? I was in the pads, just to swim down to the right. I was in the pads for 2 nights. I'd done 2 nights in there, didn't really like it, didn't have anything, there was nothing out in front of me. I jumped the last night into Cherries 1, and then on the last morning I had a £21 mirror, and then literally shortly after that I had another take and it was a 10, unfortunately, but the Carp was well welcome.
Mate, I bet you was buzzing,
oh yeah, over the moon, mate, absolutely over the moon.
In fact, I think I recall coming to your swim just after you put it back, about an hour or so afterwards, and you had a massive grin.
Because you was over here to do the interview with Con.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
And then Con had one just shortly after that, didn't it?
That seems like so long ago.
Yeah, Con had one just shortly after that, and but it was well nice to see the fish in the net, mate. I felt like crying.
Oh mate, as everybody probably knows already, mate, they've probably seen you over here as well, like you do come over here so much.
It was nice, but hopefully I can come back. At least the first time I've been back since, so hopefully I can come back and we can crack on with it and go with the same. Would be nice.
Yeah, mate, you've certainly got a few fish to sort of catch up on over here, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, it wasn't a nice couple of months, especially with the lockdown as well. I sort of had a plan I wanted to get in motion, and then lockdown come and it sort of completely ruined it. Yeah. So hopefully springtime next year my plan can go in action.
That's it. So it looks like you're going to do another season.
Yeah, it's going to have to be, in it. They can't get me off it.
Yeah. But okay, so the other thing I wanted to sort of make reference to was the Stour Valley session. We won't go into too much detail about that, but I did actually get some footage of you landing a couple there as well, because you had quite a good session.
Yeah, that's what I had, six runs, landed 5, and I had pictures with 4 because one jumped out of the net, so it's not really too bad. I had an eventful session, I caught an eel.
That's it. And to be totally honest, I am to blame for not capturing some content of the first 2 fish from that session, so I'll put my hands up and apologise. To the viewers, I'm telling you, Josh gave me some right stick for the first few days of that session.
He deserved it.
But I made up for it because the last morning, if I remember, you had a double take, didn't you? And I literally reeled my rods in early to get round there and get some footage for him. So we'll show you some of that footage now. And had some nice fish, mate.
They weren't the biggest, but to be fair, it was quite nice. Especially I had him on 2 different tactics. I'd done the PV bags, I had 3 bites on that, and I had the other bites on the snowman. So it was quite nice. Yeah, I'm glad with that.
No, I was really pleased for you, mate. Stressful 4 nights for me, I'm not going to lie, but it's all swings and roundabouts.
Yeah, trust it's normally me, I'm just glad it weren't.
No, if anyone was due a fish, it was you, mate. I'm totally pleased that you did, so all gravy. Right, so for this session then, 3 nights you're here?
Yeah, I've got 3 nights, so going to leave Saturday morning. Going to go 2 PV bags, 1 snowman. Keep the PV bags.
Keep it the same as last time,
give it a try, and then see what happens. To be fair, I haven't seen anything since we got here. I jumped in an open water swim. Probably going to stay here for the night, and if I see anything I will move, but just going to go light, PV bags, a couple of boilies over the top of the snowman and just hope for a bite. Yeah.
Word on the grapevine is the lake has been fishing quite well. Don't get me wrong, I fished it on Sunday and I didn't nick one. I've only done an overnighter though. But over the last couple of weeks we've heard quite a few fish come out.
It done a few bites, didn't it? We had done a few when we was at Stour for the week, and then I think it done last week. I think one guy on his own had 6 out of 1 swim, so it's definitely been doing fish. I think it has helped that obviously they've got the pumps in down at one end down there, putting in some oxygen and that, so I think the fish are now milling around hopefully, so fingers crossed.
And the weather seems to
we could have a couple.
Weather seems to have dropped a bit as well.
We've got some lovely pressure coming in as well, so let's...
Like a week or 2 ago, as you said, 36 degrees.
Yeah, I stayed at home for that. I didn't fancy it at all. It would have been pointless.
I had cold hose downs in the garden, mate. I don't know about you, but it was a bit intense.
Not a chance I'd have been sitting over here.
But alright mate, nice one. So 3 nights, I'll let you crack on with this session.
Hopefully
if you do have anything, make sure you bell my phone so I can come over and get some content.
Let's see if he wakes up.
Doesn't matter what time of the day it is, make sure you ring me, mate, alright? And just good luck, mate.
Let's hope we have one. Peace out.
What's happening, people? So, we're out for session 2 of the Chasing Monsters August episode. Last week I managed to get a 24-hour session in. It's the last week of the month and I've managed to get out midweek. I've got here on a Wednesday and I'm going to be here until Friday. So, slightly longer session this time, 48 hours, hoping to nick a fish, because if I'm right in saying, I don't think I've actually landed one since last month. Now that actually isn't a long time considering the lake that I'm fishing, but the lake has been doing quite well recently, so the pressure's on. that's for sure. It's 7:30 in the morning now, so I'm going to get some breakfast on. Not your typical breakfast though for a fishing session. So normally I might stick on a bit of bacon or have a couple of sausages, but in this instance I'm actually going for the more healthier option. Now, a company called Fuel 10K, who specialise in protein based meal supplements, reached out to me a few weeks back and sent me a package with a few different bits and pieces in. I said to them that food might be quite beneficial when going fishing because it's just quick and convenient. Fuel 10K are not sponsoring this video by any means, but I just thought it would make sense to drop in a couple of their products for you guys to potentially buy. Check them out on Instagram, Fuel 10K, if you're interested in getting anything. So yeah, just gone past the halfway mark of this 48-hour session. Just chilling in my bivvy at the minute, just keeping my eyes on the water. And a rain cloud has just come over the top of us. So yeah, nice bit of rain dropping down at the minute. I haven't really seen much activity today, that's for sure. It's been relatively quiet since about 6 this morning. And we're just heading towards like the 4 o'clock mark now. So yeah, we'll see what happens. And with that said, we carried on into the second night of the 48-hour session, and to my disappointment, I had absolutely nothing else to report for the rest of this session. I managed to get quite a bit of decent night photography done with the corn moon, which was out in full swing, but unfortunately the moon did not bring on any huge size commons for myself, and I don't think the lake actually produced any more fish either. But yeah, disappointing session to say the least. Luckily enough, I had a bit of company with Josh coming over for the last few hours, and also he helped me to wrap up this video with the outro. So let's check out that and carry on with the final part of this month's video. Oh, okay, it's fucking... Oh. Got one of them, Josh?
No, I'm good. Nice pillar that though.
Oh, it's a glorious pillar, isn't it? Due an upgrade on the Aqua Products pillar. I think I'll get one of them at some point this year. But yeah, what's happening? So, Josh has just arrived and coming to the end of this session actually. Got a couple more hours. But yeah, I'm disappointed, man. I'm not going to lie. Like, I know I always go on about the weather conditions, but yesterday was just another level. Like, the amount of rain and wind, like the wind was lovely. And I ain't even had a bite. It's stressful. So I thought this would be quite fitting because Josh was obviously on a bit of a blanking spree himself, and he managed to break that, which you've seen earlier on because we've done the interview with him and stuff. But yeah, it looks like the tables have turned and it's been passed over to me because this whole month has been a blank for Mr. Backonthebank, which is a bit annoying, but it's all swings and roundabouts, let's be honest. Yeah, so I've done that 4-day session at Stow with the lads, didn't have anything. Right, so the battery bloody run out on the camera, and luckily enough I've got 1 bar left, so we're going to have to wrap this up quite fast, otherwise I won't have an outro to this video. So anyway, I just was going on to say that the tables are turned, the blank has gone from Josh to me this month. It's been very peak, but we'll carry on going. Hopefully September brings a bit more success for me, that's for sure. As I said in previous content, I will be fishing over here during the winter a lot, so yeah, maybe nick a couple of fish there, but I think September, October time is going to be good. I'm no longer going away as well in October, so I can probably get quite a bit of content that month as well. But yeah, just want to say thank you for watching the episode. I know it hasn't been the most entertaining one from a fish perspective, but not every episode is going to be as entertaining as last month's. It's just something that we're going to have to deal with. Hopefully I'll land a few fish in the September episode of Chasing Monsters. Please make sure you like, share and subscribe to the channel. Everyone that's new to the channel, thank you very much. We're still aiming for that 1k mark. I think we're 50 subs off of it now. I checked the other night. So yeah, just drop me a like, drop a comment if you are following, and yeah, try and subscribe if you don't. It doesn't take very long to set up a YouTube account, so make sure you do that. And I'll see you in the next one. From myself and Josh behind the camera, peace. And we'll see you in the next one. Nice one.
Right people, so now that's out of the way, let's crack on with the first episode. It's not episode, it's session. Right people, so now that's out of the way, let's crack on with my first session of the month in this August episode. There we go, I got it right. Thank you. Goodbye.
I didn't even notice when it went red on the first one though. I didn't even notice it was flashing.
Huh?
I didn't even notice it was flashing.
Oh no, neither did I, mate.
Just cam my head, what are you doing?
It started recording.
Yeah, good.
Oh, okay, just fucking...
Right,
just chat.
what have I got to think of now? You've got to be baffling. Right, 24 sessions. Yeah, so it's the 26th of August. I can't. Right, let's go.
Do you know what I need to get?
Woosah.
I'll tell you what I need to get. I need to get one of those
Yeah,
tape
little
balls.
balls. I'm going to buy you one for your birthday.
I'm going to get one. Yeah, that's actually true. Yeah, my birthday tomorrow. Right. So yeah, if you wouldn't mind getting me one of these balls, we might get it right, eh?
Let's go.
Right, take 3.
Let's go.